Well, good afternoon and welcome to Millom Amateur Rugby League Club, who I believe are the oldest rugby league club in the country. I'm sure somebody will tweet and say I'm wrong, but what a cracking pitch.
Yeah, unbelievable surface. You'd think there's been no games played on it for over 12 months with the quality of the pitch, so I think we're in for two exciting games of rugby with some great skills on show today.
On the opening game, it's the under-19s Cumbria against Lancashire, and if Cumbria can defeat the Red Rose, it'll be the first time in the county's history that they've won the under-19s trophy after that victory at Yorkshire. So pressure's on both Cumbria and Lancashire.
Yeah, I think Cumbria's come a long way in the last couple of seasons. I know speaking to a couple of the people involved and the coaches, they've had a rough ride for 2 years, and now they're getting it where people want to play for the badge again. And they showed by going to Yorkshire and winning, and I think Lancashire's in for a tough game, but also knowing quite a few of the Lancashire lads from the international scene, they're a good side as well. So like I say, it should be a very entertaining game.
Both sides are out, and we will be having a minute's silence for the respect of what happened 100 years ago. But also I'll try and give you one team, and then they'll probably blow the whistle for the minute's silence. I'll start with Cumbria, who are playing in a dark blue and white hoops. And at fullback it's Sam Kerwin, on the wings it's Jack Penrice and Cameron Taylor, and in the centres Lewis Fearon and Aaron Burns. Half-backs are Owen Hoyles and Keir Shepherd, and props Charlie Elmsley and Con Terrell, and then hooker is Alison Holgate. Second numbers are Zach Steele and John Irving, and finish off at loose forward by Rhys Burr. The substitutes are Shane Sanderson, Kieran Eldon and Casey Chambers and Brad Long, and they're having a walk on an introduction, so there will probably be. Well, just hang on, I think we're going to have the minute silence. I don't want to interrupt it as respect to what happened 100 years ago, because that's why we're here. Our impeccable minute silence has had obviously the sacrifices that took place 100 years tomorrow, and the Lancashire side played predominantly white with a double red V down the chest. At number 1 Lewis Gartland, and on the wings number 2 Brad Holroyd and 5 Ethan Jones. The centres number 3 Oliver Crompton and 4 Brandon Ward. Half-backs Gary McMahon at 6 and Callum Coleman at 7, and in the forwards the props number 8 Harry Darby and number 10 Ben Holmes, and at hooker is Josh Yates, and in the second row it's 11 Kieran Taylor, number 12 Adam Badrock, and skipper is number 13 loose forward Louis Brogan. On the subs bench is Mike Wynn, Matty McGowan, Kieran Moore and Adam Carr. And the dignitaries out shaking has been introduced. The teams are Steve Harry, a member of the B.A.R.L.A board, Phil Johnson, who is the chair of the Lancashire A.R.L., and John Jefferson, a great stalwart for Cumbria and involved with the setup there. And it's a little bit dull, that blue sky's disappearing, so what are you expecting this afternoon?
I just think, as you can see before, I didn't think the crowd was, but it's slowly filling up there now, Steve, and I think it's going to be a great atmosphere. I'm just waiting for it to get going now myself, because it's getting a bit cold here, so let's get all watching this game.
Well, I'm going to try and be positive. Last week it started very bright, sunny, blue sky weather without the wind, and it gradually crept up the cold in the second game from the toes upwards, and the floodlights were on, and there were a few stoppages, and for the welfare of the players. But I think both myself and Dave Parkinson, who's in the skies at the moment that we'll talk about later on. We were both glad when it was done and dusted, but they were both classic games. 2 points only separated Cumbria and Yorkshire in the opening game, and it was the same in the second game. So it's all on, and like I say, Cumbria have had the run out, so all that training's paid off. It's if this Lancashire squad have done the same.
Yeah, and, you know, I think it does work in your favour if you've had a game under your belt, but I know behind the scenes Lancashire's been doing a lot with their open age, so unfortunately it's difficult at this time of year to get friendlies and fixtures. So what they have done is they've played each other, and I think it's benefited both sides, so hopefully it'll be good for both sides.
So we're all set, the referee's calling together, they've all had the group hugs and ready to kick off. There's no wind, and I don't know if that's a frightening side. That mist's coming down already over there, Simon. Look at that.
Yeah, that's no good. Let's keep it over there, eh? Let's keep it over there.
Have you seen that, Terry? It's a bit frightening. Let's hope there's not a big rain cloud underneath all that mist on that little bit of a mountain. So we're all set for starting. Lancashire's going to kick off, and the Cumbrian side are going to have first chance to show what they can do with the ball in hand.
See the open age lads walking past here, ready and round to go, watching the young boys, hopefully.
Well, they don't look nervous, but I think once they get on that pitch, they'll be nervous, Simon.
I think everything can go without a ball, yeah. It's, you know, if we get a ball, we'll be underway.
We're doing all right. Everything's been impeccable, and let's just I know what we're going to have, and we had the same in the opening game, is from a penalty point of view, that we're only going to have a walking 10 metres forward, which
especially over that side with the wall, I think they'll use common sense and, you know, they'll take 10.
Well, that's what they did. I mean, they did it on both sides last week, and it works both ways. You've got to do it, but, you know, if you only foul play, you don't get the advantage perhaps that you'd get if you'd got the place where you can kick it downfield. But we're still waiting for the ball. As
it must be very difficult up here for getting the ball.
Well,
the ball. We've got everything but a ball.
We might need a runner for a try down that bottom end, Simon. But and even here, can you see that corner flag down there? Because I mean,
yeah, you can see that.
You're all right then. We're all right. And we've got Terry there. I'm sure he'll confirm any scorer for us with a quick. You've only got. I know you've. Terry's only got 10 fingers, but well, as long as they don't keep pulling them to put 2 up, we're all right. But yes, we are still waiting for a ball. Well, they must have a ball because they must have done a warm up with the ball, mustn't they?
I think he's around the back, Steve. So we've won here now. We've won come on the field. I think what's important today is, I think in the past when we played these tri-series, the weather has affected how rugby's played, and I think what will be really interesting today is, I think there'll be some real quality rugby played. You know, the ground's dry, it's perfect, there's no wind, there's no rain, so hopefully, mate, we're in for an entertaining game.
Well, I always thought to play is, you know, we're doing press conferences like, you know, a Super League side, so, you know, what suits you playing in the sun or rain, hail and pestilence, but this said, Emmanuel will suit them all, and it's a nice spiralling bomb from Lancashire. It's bounced and it's collected by Kia Shepherd. A what?
A great drive tackle,
yeah.
You know, they've just put him back 5-10 metres. It's important how you start, and I think especially in these kind of games, how you defend as well is really important.
So the Cumbria, it's important, you know, that each side settle down and complete at least the first set. But it's a good drive in there by 3 Lancastrians there, and they're 20 in their own side, their own 25-metre line. The ball comes right, and it's a drive forward. A little story about this guy there. He's got a pair of chinos and they split, and he sent his dad home for a pair of trainers and allegedly even for a pair of boxers.
Right.
But we'll see what he's like on the pitch.
Not the best of kicks, so I think Lancashire will be happy with that. They get the ball, you know, just still in yardage, but not too far in yardage. If they can capitalise on it and get some good meterage, they'll be playing good ball sets early doors.
But I think it's like they've both got to try and complete the sets early doors to get that confidence as such, and it'll be no holds barred, I'm sure, this opening first 20 minutes as Lancashire drive forward. It's just one-man rugby at the moment, and it's
they're looking to play straight away. As you can see, they've got edge play there and they've gone through. I think it's a real good shape there, so Cumbria's going to have to be wary on them edges. I think Lancashire's give them an early signal they're going to play from anywhere on the field.
They're going down that short side. That looked a bit forwardish from here, but they're going down that right-hand side, and he's stopped by Sam Kerwin, last line of defence for Cumbria. Last tackle. And it went out quick,
Great defence there from Cumbria, put pressure on.
Alison Holgate, he went out like a shovel, and he's put the tackle in, and
but a good set from Lancashire there. They've completed. I think they've gone 60-70 metres. So it's important Cumbria now get some foundations built and go hard and get some meterage if they can.
So at the moment they've been pushed back on that opening tackle of their second set. The ball goes right to I think it's Reese Burr, number 13, drives forward, but Kieran Taylor's involved. Josh Yates amongst two of a three-man tackling group down this right-hand side again. Another drive forward. Ben Holmes, Kieran Taylor again involved in the tackle with 17. Adam Carr
kick from the 9.
Well, it's cleared the lines, hasn't it? Good style that.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people don't expect to kick from behind the ruck. They expect the halves to kick it. So, you know, he's caught him off the guard, and he's got some good meterage for his team. He's got him out of danger.
And what Cumbria now, they're going to have to be switched on. They've that statement of intent on that first set from Lancashire. But just initial couple of drives, they're just short of the halfway line. Ball goes left, and don't think he did him any favours there, but he's still battling. And I've got to give credit to Louis Brogan, a good 10-metre drive that.
Yeah, young Louis is an international. He played in Serbia with the England boys, with ourselves for the Euros, and he was one of the standout players who made the dream team. He's a big kid, and he's a tough player. He's been playing open age for minors, so he knows the score on that department.
So they're down, flicking it down that right-hand side this time. It's Garland who gets that ball off Coleman, but he's wrapped up.
I think they're looking to play again.
Little chip over, it bounces kindly out of play. Sam Kerwin sees it out, and I know it's early doors, but they're looking dangerous, and Cumbria going to have to be to win this. They're going to have to be 100% switched on for full 80.
Yeah, you know what, fair play to Cumbria. It's been tough for them these first 3 sets, but they've not spilt the ball, they've not lost it, so if they keep completing, they'll get some yardage.
Ball goes right, that looked like a tad forward to me, but Aaron Burns, he's playing he missed last week's game, he's playing in this game. There's only one change as the ball goes right to Reese Burr. Reese Burr runs into 3 players again, and it's all on just short of the halfway line, and the referees found a little knock on, and
that's the first error of the game, Steve. And you know what, considering I've had 5 or 6 sets now, you know, that's good. They got to 3 or 4, and you know, majority of times we play that much rugby these days, we lose the ball, but fair play to both teams really at the moment.
Well, it just shows how much you want to hear a bit annoyed with East Burr. I mean, obviously from your own point of view, your experience, a lot of these lads you'll have seen, whether it be from Lancashire and Cumbria, in your position with the England Community Lions under 19s.
Yeah. I think the 3 Cumbrians what come with us unfortunately aren't playing today for Cumbria, so that's a loss for them.
Yeah,
I think on the Lancashire team there's 8 of the current England Lions squad on, so it just shows the strength they've got at the moment, and they look to play and they look like they've got them from the
so beautiful break. It's out to his winger.
And Brad Olroyd.
And Brad Olroyd scored that try. Basically, they went right. It involved Brandon Wood, I think, made the first drive, and then he passed outside to Crompton, and Crompton got it to Olroyd. And it's a cracking try, and that statement intent, well, obviously, that's what we're going to get this afternoon, isn't it?
Yeah, you'll get from Lancashire one thing, and they'll play, even if they're in yardage, their own 10, they'll look to play. They won't think, let's get there and play. They're very confident in their own ability, and I've no doubt Cumbria will be. But yeah, we're in for an exciting open game, I think.
So the kick to come, and it's 4-0.
I just think from the scrum then, you know, I think the half-back tied up the runner, the lead runner played around the back, and they just run into shape, you know, and I think at the moment that's what they're looking to do. So I think Cumbria have to be maybe defensively better on numbers and man-to-man marking. He's kicked it as well, so a great try with a fantastic conversion.
So a great start for Lancashire, wanting to win game 2 and then take it to a decider at Lee Miners next Sunday to decide whether Yorkshire keep hold of the title or whether Lancashire can regain it from the previous year. So it's on the tee. It's Kerwin restarts.
Great kick off.
Goes in goal.
Harry Derby for Lancashire, looking to make yards.
And it's a good chase, and it's now Cumbria have got to try and eke a mistake, because they've not had a chance to show their attacking wares in that final 20 at this moment in time, as Lancashire again going down that right-hand channel.
But if you look, Steve, now look at the shape they've got now. I think they're looking to play from now, even if it's on a second playing yard. They look to play, they look to escape. And they've gone. Louis
Kieran Taylor, cracking drive. Kerwin takes him round his legs on the Cumbria 40-metre line, and I think I'll let you do my lottery numbers from now on as they go down this left-hand channel. And there's a chance on here to get through that first tackle, but it's Zach still puts that tackle on Brandon Wood. So they're sure they can attack down both sides. Ball going down that line. Carr gets it out to his scrum half, who gets it out to Harry Derby.
The thing they've got here, Steve, now if you look, they can go either side, and they've gone to the right. We're round the back players again.
He took that well.
No, lovely rugby. Unlucky, great defence though.
Good tackle on Luke. Well, it had to be. He got an overlap, hadn't he? It's a good tackle there on Gartland, and that was on the last. So again, they're instead of like what we call a robotic 5 drives and a kick, they're actually going for it.
Major error there under pressure now, Cumbria. First error from behind the ruck.
And that's on the opening tackle, and they're 5 metres from their own line, and they've shown how dangerous they can be, and this is the best attacking position they've been in. But so again, having a set of 6 behind this,
I think they'll look to play from the scrum as well again. I think they'll put some kind of play on. It's in a good area. They can afford, no disrespect. If they do lose the ball, it's on Cumbria's try line.
Yeah.
So, why not? Why would you not put something on and have a go? And they've gone a short side. He's done it and he's in.
Was he held him? I think that's absolutely brilliant on Callum Coleman. It's Sam Kirwan. He had a big game.
It was the prop. It was the prop. Steve, number 8.
Charlie Elmsley. He had a good game last week, but that was one hell of a tackle. I think we were all saying 10-0 there with a kick to come.
But look at the organisation, Steve, now, Luke. They've got 2, 4, 6. They've 9 players on this left edge. Cumbria's 4, 5 defenders.
Right. And he's going the other way, Murphy's Law, right? And he's going again. He looks dangerous, does Callum Coleman. Quick play the ball to nobody. And
where's the 9? He's lucky there, I think, because Cumbria's knocked it on.
Is it? What's he giving here? He's giving it to Cumbria. Well, I'll tell you what, I mean, I know they're not professional, but that's basic. Even when my lad was doing it himself and I've stood on the touchline, the basic is you stand behind for the play the ball. I mean, surely we've not gone to Super League where we don't play it at all.
I think it was that quick to play the ball. You didn't expect it, but yeah, fair play, you're right. As in, our observation's got to be a little bit better. But yeah, it's how they defend now, and how Cumbria come from that.
It's a big get out of jail for them though, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
So Cumbria,
they just look very, very dominant in defence as well. Lancashire, they look like they're dominating the floor, they're winning the rucks. They're not getting any quick play. The ball's Cumbria, they're getting turned on the back, so it's difficult to play on the back of it.
Yeah. So they made a few more minutes. I think he's trying to milk a penalty there, but he didn't get it, and he's appealing to the referee. Is Charlie Elmsley. He's the one who's got the split chinos, by the way. That's you embarrassed when you watch it on YouTube, Charlie. I hope your dad did bring you a decent pair for after.
I think with that tackle, though, Steve, he deserves a full 3-piece suit instead of a pair of chinos. That was fantastic.
Quite right too.
Look to put him under pressure in the corner. It's Ethan Jones now for Lancashire. He can get him away. Great kick chase. That's what to stay over the line, though.
Yeah, there are 3 or 4 of the tackle there, including Zach Steele. And it's a play the ball, and it's a drive forward, and the man we've just been talking about, Charlie Emsley's there again when the tackle needed doing. He was there with Reese Burr. Ball, that's a good pass to nobody, and it comes off his boot.
2 hours from the 9, Josh Yates. He's no disrespect. He wasn't behind the ruck, and he's just thrown the ball to anybody there. So Lancashire under pressure here.
So Cumbria responding to that early try, and it's a scoop forward from acting half-back from Keir Shepherd. He's stopped in his tracks a few metres away from that line. The hooker ready there, and the ball goes left. Oh, and the ball on the crash, and they're in, I think.
It's a try, yeah. It's a try. Sam Kerwin, I think.
Sam Kerwin. So, what a great response, and it's all came from a mistake by Lancashire inside their own 10-metre line. Second play of the ball goes left. Sam Kerwin saw it, saw the space, and drove forward to go in. So it's 6-4 with the kick to come, and well, it all. We're thinking about it. It all started down here, didn't it? With that, with not the play of the ball.
Yeah, I just think, you know what, it just shows a lot of character Cumbria's got in the team. They've been under pressure. All they've done is get out of yardage. All they've done is defending yardage, and they've had no joy. They get one bit of joy. They focus, they keep the sets, and they get the reward. So yeah, full credit to them for that.
And I know the Lancashire kick was, I think, Varney from the touchline. This is that little bit inside, and I think last week the goal kicking conversions were all out wide on the corner, so we didn't get a lot of conversions. But it's important, isn't it? And it's important that he puts this over, and then they get the set, and they're on equal parity.
Yeah, because you know what, come end of the day, we all know how important goal kicks are, you know, because it wins your games or it loses your games.
Yeah.
I think it's really important, so he'll take his time, this young man, and you know, if he puts it over him for a great game, it needs to be.
What do you think will be being said in goal, you know, as a coach yourself, the players and the pit, what do you think will have been said in goal?
I just think personally, knowing Gary's
hit it.
Yeah, he's kicked it. Knowing Gary, who coaches Lancashire, who's my assistant at England, he'll not panic. He'll just salute that they've got in these positions through our errors, you know. And I think it's important if you don't make errors, a team's got to be very good to get against you. And he'll know that, and I think the boys will know that. So they'll look to turn it around again, I think.
But it's a wake-up call for them, you know. After that, I mean, a hell of a confident start, scoring off that third set and keeping that ball alive.
Yeah, but also in the back of their mind as well, they've got to be, you know, that Cumbria, you know, they don't beat Yorkshire and Yorkshire for nothing, so they're a good side.
Yeah.
So don't think everything's going to be straightforward, because it certainly won't be today.
Oh, that bounces off Kia Shepherd's chest. Fortunately, it goes backwards, and Charlie Embley's there. And to me, it's like one of these exercise missiles. He just follows. He's just there all the time.
He seems to be doing a lot of work, that young man, and for a big fella, he's putting himself about the field.
But I know
it's like he's blowing a bit out, those we've just spoke, Steve.
Well, commentators, because he'll knock on in a minute, won't he? But they're driving forward, and this time it's Connor Terrell, who's a positional change from last week, but
nice
he was
carry
outstanding.
From the 9, real good carry from the 9. And this kid, this Aldgate, I've heard quite a bit about him, to be honest. I know he plays at Wathbrow. I know he's made an error, but Ian Ruley's very, very rates him very highly. I know his dad played at Wigan, Stephen Aldgate.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
You know, he's got it in his history of him, so he should be a good kid, hopefully. He's looking good anyway at the moment.
Well, a good 20-metre scooch until he, you know, lost position of the ball. But again, you know, they're going for it, aren't they? You know, that tries buoyed them up, hasn't it? And all right, they've lost the ball, but they've lost it they'd have wanted it in that 10-metre in goal, wouldn't they? But at least it's in a good position for a defender.
Yeah, and do you know what? If you do something good and you do make an error on the back of it, I think you take a bit of confidence in what you have done good. So
right. Good offload, backflip.
Young Aldgate will think, I can get these on a quick ruck, so we'll be looking at that.
Yeah. So the ball goes right, and it's a one hell of a hit that was. He's on our man again, Emsley. He's done it again.
It's our mate again, though.
Well, I think Kieran Taylor felt that one.
For me now, they're bashing, so you'd look to play a little bit wider, but they've gone to a short side shape there. Great
down
play.
This left side.
Great play.
Oh, well taken there, and it's number 17, Adam Carty, took that in goal ball.
He's 6, that's Gary McMahon, we're playing in 17 jersey, I believe, so
well,
that's confusing for us, Steve. I've just been told he's swapped jerseys, so I don't think the other fits him, to be honest. But
right, well, what I'll say, I'll come out with a line that I did in 2002 when England Academy last beat the Australian schoolboys, and I always say the teams was given to me by the coaches, but well, I'm going to tell me again, because I've got my pen here.
It's Gary McMahon, that, but he's wearing jersey number 17. 6 won't fit him.
So is Adam Carr in the number 6 then?
It looks that way, I think so, mate. Yeah.
Well, that's what we're going by. Inside knowledge, you can't beat it. But what Lancashire did there then, as Simon said, they attacked down this right-hand side, and it was Brandon Wood was involved in it again, and he drove down, and then he passed it inside, and the supporting bullocking, that's as posh word I can say, got it out to Gary McMahon. He looked as if he slightly lost his balance, but he made that angle run and went inside for that try. We've got a breakdown in proceedings at the moment for an injury in goal to the Cumbria player, and I know sometimes crowds get frustrated when they see players going down, thinking that, you know, it's time wasting. I mean, I think everybody goes down for an in-goal dropout in Super League. It's not like this is at the amateur game, but I think the bottom line is we've all got to remember is it's about a duty of care for the player. We want him walking onto the pitch ready, full of vim and vigour and playing the game, and we also want him coming off after having played the game. So there's everybody's on having a look at him and making sure he's all right, and nothing will carry on until this is sorted out. As I glance to my right hand side, the Lancashire players are just throwing that ball between them to keep warm, but it's not a sight that we want.
No, mate, and do you know what? I think what's happened there is Gary's got to score with the great thing what the 8 did in the first time with the half-back Coleman, and he turned him over. I think he's tried to turn him, and I think Gary McMahon's just gone big and strong for get over and collision, and the Cumbrian kids come just off, unfortunately.
But the try itself, I mean, they've done it from the beginning, but gone down the short side, and obviously Gary McMahon were involved initially in that move, and as well as his skills, even I've seen it now, his support play is superb.
I think what's important is they've realised they took 2 carries, the 8 bashed the first one, the young kid called
Elmsley.
People's followed his suit, they do another big hit on the others. Lancashire think, we're bashing.
Well, you called it, didn't you? Let's give it, yeah.
And they'll do that, they'll go on the short side.
Well, like I say, you can do my. I don't normally do lottery now, because being a frugal Lancastrian, when it went up to £2, but I think I might let you do them next week for me.
Well, no,
do you do them for me? Well, while I'm away in America, when I come back, I could be a millionaire.
No disrespect. We play these at England, these players, I've no doubt, and Gary, my assistant, so obviously he's took some on board, and so looking at how they were shaped up, obviously I coach on a lot of these, I knew they was going to go that side, so it's quite easy for me to notify and see that, but it just shows the guys have got their own decision making skills, and they took the right one again.
Yeah.
Alright, you're going through the square.
But
it's not a great sight though, Steve. Hopefully
the time's ticking on, and I know we've kicked this game off early, and the second game's an early kick-off, and obviously it's a fantastic ground, but obviously I haven't got the facility for floodlights, and
it could be a worry come the second game, couldn't it? So
well, that's it, and rightly wrongly, depending how that works, again for the safety of the players, we might end up with the game but not playing the full 80.
Steve as well.
So it
looks like we're going back in.
The players are going back in. We don't know what the situation is with the player injury. He's not moved yet, but the bottom line is it's all about player welfare.
Get some information.
But we'll get back to you soon, but just update the score as we do break off that it's Cumbria 6, Lancashire 10 with the kick to come. So myself and Simon will be back soon as with an update.
Would you need it close to me? Yeah. I'm too far away, pal.
No, you put it right there.
Well, let's hope Jack Penrice is safe and well, Steve, and gets all the treatment he needs, mate.
Yeah, and I hope. We nearly saw another one then. We're just talking to Phil Johnson. It was about last time he played here. He kicked a ball for a possession, and it hit a woman on the head who went down, and the baby went flying. We nearly had the different scenario with that. Is that ball from a Cumbria and got kicked towards? Were they kicking towards us or further down? Al?
Well, Phil Johnson's murder, he's always causing trouble. He caused trouble in an honour with Phil Johnson, I'll tell you.
Glad you didn't say monastery, mate. Yeah, and you can hear it live on the video. That's a small town, Phil.
It's good to see them both warming up again, though, obviously, with the 10-15 minute stop they've had. It's really important, these guys. We don't want any further injuries, and they go into the game straight away, they're warm and stretched and ready to go.
Yeah.
So, sensible from both coaches, really.
And Gary's going to be shortly attempting to kick the conversion. I'm not saying any kick's easy. I'd imagine before the incident, the injury, it'd have been an easy one, but he's got to be that little bit more focused now, hasn't he?
Yeah, I think, it's like anything, and you see it in football and somebody gets a penalty and all the players are all over each other and the goal is taking his time, and most times a penalty person will miss it just because of that time delay, but hopefully, he composes himself and he takes his time and kicks it.
In fact, I think looking at I'm looking at this thinking, well, you kick it, then we can restart. While the guy, well, they are in goal, so I suppose he could kick it, but it's a case of when are they warmed up and ready for continuing, isn't it?
Yeah, and he's kicked it successfully, so hopefully now the boys will get back warm again and we get on with the game and keep it. Oh, and Gary McMahon's been sin-binned. Looks like he's been sin-binned for the offence from the try. I think, I don't think it's intentional what's happened, but I think maybe, he's gone out over the line hard and unfortunately. So Lancashire down to 12 men and lost a pivot, so it'll be interesting to see how Cumbria capitalise on that now.
So we're all set for a restart, but the build-up to that try, as described it earlier, it was sublime. You called it again, they'd had them two drives forward and Charlie Emsley had come in showing how powerful he is, and then they flicked it and they run it down the side on third tackle, and a beautiful support play.
Yeah, I think it's really important that you play to your strengths, and Lancashire's realised, Cumbria probably have got that little bit bash in the middle, so if you don't match them, you've got to play where you're stronger, and I think Lancashire will be stronger on both edges, to be honest. So
here we go then, as Lancashire have got that ball at the moment, just a couple of drives forward as they're coming away from their own 10-15 metre line, and the old adage is, complete your first set after you've scored, and it's a good drive forward there by the Lancastrian forward there.
I think what's important, Steve, is how Lancashire adapt now without a half. They've only one half back, which is the 7 Coleman, so it's got to be all good footwork. It's got to be interesting to see how he plays and the team play just playing with one half, so it'll be interesting to see what shape, if they change the shape.
Because it's important, isn't it, now in this 10 minutes. Oh, it's a little nice chip over from Callum Coleman, and it's well taken. Oh, and the touch judges on and off, so I'm second guessing Sunday must have been taken out on that chip over, but it was a good take by Sam Kerwin, but
I think he's just caught him with his foot there, to be honest. I don't think it's intentional again, but the laws of the game, unfortunately, if you take somebody off when they're running, it's going to be a penalty.
Yeah. And that's what's happened. He's from Kerwin. Kerwin's just had a word with the referee, and from having the ball in the next set of 6, it's a penalty, and it's back with Lancashire.
Nice,
and it's a drive forward from Louis Brogan. He's through them all. He's going to go.
Yeah, he's finished it. Great try.
He scored in that corner. It was a
try.
great effort from the Cumbria defence, but what a great break and bust to and then back himself. I mean, he got support, but he's seen that line, didn't he?
I've seen him do that for Lee Miners this season. I've seen him do it for England, and now obviously he's capped the season off by doing it for Lancashire. He's a talent, a very, very special talent, and he's a very powerful kid, and he just shows the strength there. As you know, Cumbria defensively are good, but they didn't have enough in the tank to stop the young man there, and fully deserved with a fantastic middle strike. We have a changing goal kicker also now with Garrett being sin-binned, so we've got young Brad Allroyd. who plays on the right wing, and he's hopefully to follow in Gary's footsteps. They're 2 from 2 at the moment. Can he make it 3? Oh, what a fantastic kick as well, and he struck it lovely.
Superb.
We go again. It's deep, straight to the half. Who's took it well, and we have Ben Holmes. Oh no, it's Matt McGowan. They made a change. Lancashire have made a change, Steve. They've brought Matt McGowan on, and they've took Harry Derby off.
So they've just responded straight away with that try, and they're still playing a man down. It's another drive forward. I'm not sure who that is, but he just goes looking for work, the lad with the protective headgear on.
It's Louis Brogan again. Oh, they've come through. Oh, nice. But they're looking to play. The half's come left, he's gone left, now he's going right. So even though we're down a half, we're looking to play, which is good to see.
She's going down that right-hand side then, and they just take just short of the halfway line of Lancashire, and they've responded to that sin binning with a 6-pointer, and it's another angled drive, and Three Spurs involved in the tackle again. We're on the last one now, and will they kick or will they run?
I think they've brought in Lewis Gartland. He's in half-back originally. He can play both half-back and full-back well. So I think what he will do, he'll look to play as a half. A great kick and chase, fantastic kick and chase.
Well, he doesn't get much better than that. You know, they've got him in goal, so now Cumbria, they're going to have to drop from inside their own in goal, and it'll just basically put more pressure on that their own defensive line.
Yeah, and I think if you're watching the game, you'd probably say Cumbria were down to 12 at the moment, where they're struggling to cope with the attack what's being thrown at them. But for credit to Lancashire, 12 men, and they're still looking to play at every opportunity.
Gartland gets it and he flicks it out to Matty McGowan. Drives it forward, and he's made a good easy yards there, which is a bit worrying for Cumbria, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely, and you know the line speed seemed to have slowed down a little bit, so Lancashire's making 6-7 yards automatically before anyone's met them, so that's got to be improved. I think as a coach you would be looking for better line speed.
So 20-metre line, Lancashire in the ascendancy, and the ball goes left. Beautiful ball out to full-back. Garland is going down the line, it's Woods. They're in again, and it's Ethan Jones as makes it 4th try. And it certainly puts them in the driving seat now. That's 22 points to 6 with the kick to come. A delightful move again.
Yeah, and they seem, like I said, I keep saying it, they're down to 12 men, but they seem to be getting the overlap, so that's either good play from the pivots or the lead runners are creating space for the backmen. And yeah, it's very good to see and very good to watch. I think Cumbria need to maybe get the spell with they have the ball, Steve, at least for a couple of repeat sets for stop Lancashire's attack, really.
I think the problem is, though, they've not been allowed to. They've scored that try, got that ball back, they've kicked it downfield, they forced a drop out, and they've got another try. And whatever happens with this conversion, they're going to get the ball back again, aren't they?
Yeah, it's looking like they're bringing young Adam Carr on as well also. He's there now, just come off the bench, and they're looking at Ben Holmes to come off the field, I think, number 10, so Adam Carr. So what they've done is, you know, we spoke about Cumbria getting on top, defensively bashing them. Lancashire's seen it and realised they've changed both the middlemen, so they get that energy levels up again, so good thinking from the coaches.
You'll be fine. What's up? What's up? It's got legs. You dress tonight? What?
22-6, so you know it's really important Cumbria get the next points on board if they can to get back in the game.
But they must be wondering what's hit them, though. You know, all right, they've got the injury, which doesn't help. But they must have thought, well, you know, 13 onto 12, you know, we should get in the ascendancy.
No, and I think, you know yourself, if you go down to 12, you have to raise yourself, and I think Lancashire's certainly done that for the last 5 or 10 minutes, and Cumbria's not really had an answer for it. It'll be interesting to see how they approach this set, Lancashire, now with having two back-to-back tries as such, so it's really important. Let's see how they go from this set now.
So Lancashire got the ball still inside their own half at the moment, and it's another drive forward to spin. I think that's Ben Holmes who's got it. Then he offloads it, and well, they certainly needed that to knock on then, didn't they, Alan?
Yeah, and I think, you know, it's really important that they get the ball and they get another repeat set if they can. If they don't get nothing from this set, they get a repeat set.
Yeah.
So they make Lancashire work at least for 2 or 3 sets on the bench and see what answers they have.
I suppose from a positive from Cumbria, the first time they're inside that 20-10 metre, they made them pay and scored a try, and that's what they really need now, isn't it?
Yeah, correct, and they'll have confidence from that. You know, last time they was down this field, they got 6 points on board, so it's really important to do that again.
So Aldgate ball goes left to his scrum half, and it's a drive forward by Connor Terrell. Took that ball off Keir Shepherd, and there's 3 Lancasters in the tackle. It's centre field about 18 metres away. Holgate are acting half back, lances right, and it goes right down this channel now, and it's
see, on that play there, they need a back row really, because you know they're going from half to centre, and it's really important they have a lead runner who maybe moves the centre so it creates space, and Cumbria don't seem to have that at the moment.
Kieran Eldon, whose father's a former B.A.R.L.A international.
Yeah, that's
they're in it.
No,
what a superb stop,
tackle.
last tackle.
That's Adam Carr who did the tackle.
And it's balls lost. That was the half chance they needed, and you've got to take those half chances to get the points. So it's not to be.
It just shows when they've got the ball, they're causing problems, especially in good areas. Cumbria look very good, and they look like they will complete something on back of good ball sets, but they've just got to get more of them.
Yeah, so Lancashire are going to get that to start this set from just inside their own half, and Cumbria will be trying to make a mistake. We have some bashing and boofing by Charlie Emsley. He needs to put himself about. Oh, that's one hell of a hit.
That's young Aldgate again, I think, the 9, the Wathbrow kid.
Oh. Well, is this where you said to me they're going to have to switch it?
I think they're looking to play. I think they'll look to play, I really do. Look, they're round the back. Probably maybe too much they're looking to play, but it just shows the confidence within the team.
Shepherd was on him like a rash, and he was ably assisted by Connor Terrell as the ball goes right to Louis Brogan, the skipper. Last tackle, they're still inside their own half.
9's kicked it.
Pump downfield. It bounces well. It bounces kindly.
Simbin's back on as well, Steve, now. Well, he's due back on, I think. That's a great kick chase again.
But I know it sounds, in fact, is he back?
Yeah, he's coming on now, Steve, yeah.
Right, but I know it sounds awful. They don't seem to have missed him, do they? And I mean, and that's not. I'm not dissing Cumbria when I say that.
No, I totally agree with you. I just think Lancashire's lifted themselves, but I think Gary will lift them again now with that extra body. I think they'll have a little bit more shape. It'll give Coleman, the other halfback, a little bit more rest time instead of going left and right. He can
that looked like a little knock on as well, so they didn't need that at all. They got that set and they knock on just short of their own 40-metre line, so it's going to be head and feed to Lancashire, and like I say, it's equal parity now, so they're going to have to do some more defending.
Yeah, I just think quickly now, for the last 3 sets there's been an error in each set. Before we haven't had that, so things are creeping in. Probably fatigue.
Do you think it's that rather than the break we had because of the injury? Or
maybe so, but I just feel as though teams are trying to maybe overplay. You don't need to, so it's be interesting to see who gets the next score, really.
So the ball goes right, and it's a drive forward and speed by Kieran Moore. Josh hits an acting half back. The ball goes left there to Matt Mann. Matt Mann gets it out, and they're going down this line again. And it's unfortunate. Ethan Jones couldn't take that. I've got to say, Brandon Wood, I don't know if he's one of your boys or not, but I tell you what, he's in that line. He's involved in every move, really, that they scored the tries from.
Yeah, he's an international centre. He was our starting centre over in Serbia. Great kid, very tough defender, runs a great line, and as you've just seen there, the wings are a little bit deeper he gets in, but he's got a fantastic offload where he draws both defenders in, so yeah, he's a good kid. Cumbria need to watch that.
It's a big let off for Cumbria as well, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Lancashire, like I said, things are creeping in where there's errors coming, so maybe overplaying, but we don't want to knock that in our game. We want to see people play as much as they can, but great carry there from Cumbria.
So driving forward down that left-hand channel, 3 Lancashire players involved in the tackle, but Cumbria just short of their own 40-metre line, and it's a flat ball there out to Brad Long. He playing his first game of this U19s B.A.R.L.A 3 Counties Championship, which has been streamed live on the Our League app. If you're watching it, I hope you're enjoying it. I suppose if you're a Cumbrian, you're not at the moment. As Shane Sanderson drives forward. Well, not happy about that tackle myself. Al coming in at third man.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I think it was more on the thighs than the lower leg, which, you know, I think the referee's used his thingy there. I get what you mean, Steve. It's not nice coming in. Well, great footwork from Allroyd there. But fortunately, we don't want to see that. But if he's lower, I think he would get penalised.
Yeah. And a little bit of twinkle toes there from Allroyd, and he's gone down. I'm guessing that's for him interfering, and he's wanting to quick play the ball, isn't he?
Slowing the ruck. There was just slowing the ruck there, yeah.
And at the end of the day, whichever county's playing, that's what you want. And it's at any level of game, you want a quick play.
He's not found touch neither.
That was really brilliant.
That's a bit of a disappointment, really.
Well, it's criminal like that, play the ball earlier on, isn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a good drive forward there from Kirby, taking advantage of a bit of slack play by Lancashire. Brad Long drives it forward again. He's a big unit. Ball goes right.
Kid Brad, and you know, I think he's looking forward to his chances here.
Eldon, he makes a run. One-man rugby at the moment from Cumbria. Ball coming down this right-hand side, and it's Shepherd. He's stopped in his tracks by Josh Yates, and
I think watching, no disrespect to the club, it is a lot of one-up stuff with just a tip. And unfortunately that's not working. I think they've got to have a look and assess maybe how they can move some defenders around for Lancashire at the moment. They're not being moved around, so it's quite easy to defend.
You're not thinking the confidence margin just have been a bit short with them 2 quick fire tries, which put Lancashire the driving seat.
Maybe so, but if any team needs to play, I think it's Cumbria, not Lancashire, because you know they're behind on the score sheet. So it's important to get some points back at some point, and I don't think they'll do that with Lancashire's defence by doing a lot of one-up rugby personally.
Right. So it's going to be a scrum, head and feet to Lancashire, on what looks approximately like the 20-metre line from the angle where myself and Alan are perched on 2 sturdy seats.
Yeah.
So you know what's going to happen in a minute. One of it is going to go through this seat.
Yeah, one. Lancashire have made another change. They've changed the 9. Josh Yates has come off. Kieran Moore's come on. Kieran played last year at the 19, so they've got a little bit more experience. So they're probably looking at maybe steadying the ship, Lancashire, and seeing this half through. But we've brought
a good bump off there, and it's Ethan Jones. He cuts inside now. Going to stay inside
He's
the
done
play.
well staying there.
He does, because he got through the first tackle and he used his rugby brain there. And the ball goes right to down this line, and it's
McGowan's there.
Brilliant switch of play back to
look to play.
McGowan.
I think they're going to look to play on a big play here, Steve. I think they're going to go to right and look to play.
McMahon gets
down
it
to the line.
Coleman,
Great
down
ball.
that line. The full-back joins in.
Oh! Pass.
Well, I get the feeling if they'd have got that, they'd have been try number 5. But
it's just the execution at times. I think the actual build-up play is very, very good at the moment. They're moving them around, they're pulling them out of shape and creating space, and unfortunately it's just that final execution pass.
And Gartland, who put that pass, anyway, cracking pass, he timed his run into the line perfectly, didn't he?
Yeah, good. I think the understanding from the full-back with both half-backs has been very good on the back of the players.
Right. So, another let-off for Cumbria. They were being really critical as such. Lancashire bombed perhaps 2 tries. I mean, it's all about half chances, but at this level you've got to take them, haven't you?
Yeah, definitely. You know, if you don't take that chance there, Cumbria could have 2 quick fire tries and the game's all open again. But if you catch that, you're near enough saying that, you know, that they're sitting pretty in this game then, Lancashire.
They've had a couple of line balls there of Cumbria from my eyes, but referee's happy with it, and it's like I say, it's one-man rugby at the moment, and Rhys Burr, who started off really well, he's quieting down a bit.
The referee's done his NFL course, so I think he's learned a few things.
Did he do his course at Leeds Rhinos? I mean, I know people I talk to, the typical of Wigan's line ball, but I'm sure they must have learnt that off Leeds Rhinos.
No, it's all for getting the metres gained, I think, and I think if you hit that ball flat, you've automatically made metres, and coaches are really pushing that now from the 9s where we get that flat ball. So hopefully, if you get away with it, you get away with it. You know, and that's the
this
good
looks
thing,
as if it could be. I mean, they need to score next door to Cumbria, and they're in a good attacking position as Shea Sanderson. He gets it out to Brad Long, who drives forward for Cumbria. Sanderson, ball goes left this time to Kieran Eldon, who drives forward, an angle drive.
If you look at the post, they've 5 to the right side, Lancashire, so Cumbria have an extra body here, they've got to make it count.
Oh.
Great defending there again, great defending on that edge.
Well, it was John Irvin, and he scored a cracking try at Yorkshire last week, and it had to be scored. And at one stage, there was only he thought that he scored the try when the referee pointed down, but he couldn't take that one on the crash. And from a Lancashire point of view, they're going to get the scrum head and feet on the 20.
Yeah, I think the big difference is defensively, Steve, is Lancashire coming off the line with line speed, so they're cutting the decision time down from Cumbria, but Cumbria's probably not coming off as quick, so Lancashire getting more thought process on the attack players, and I think that's why they're getting more joy personally.
And they're giving it some air now. It's out to Jones. Jones takes on his opposite number, but he's
great tackle.
well wrapped up. And not only is he well wrapped up, he's put into touch. And I think that was the second tackle. And I think that'll give Cumbria, who need that little bit of confidence, that'll just give him a jolt of confidence, Alan. Referee's glancing at his watch, so I'm not sure they're going to be doing 40 each way or not. But it's looking at the clock there with Terry there. Even with my big eyes, I can see that there's 39:48 been played, but we're not privy to the stoppages. It's what it's been running while we've been playing
on the short side
the game.
What the tens?
Drive
I think it's
forward,
really important to get
Chambers.
something from this set. I really do. They must get something from this set.
Especially on half time as well, with it approaching. Shepherd gets it out there to Eldon, who he makes a few metres, but he's wrapped up top, middle and bottom. He's centre field, 20 away. Sanderson wrapped in half-back, trying to milk a penalty. Ball goes left. That's a flat-looking ball. Kerwin gets through the... What a beautiful ball!
It's tackle, it's a great tackle.
Superb defence with some superb offloads.
That's Gertland as well, fullback. Try-saving tackle from Lewis Gertland at fullback. Brad Allroyd's gone here.
Well,
he's gone.
I suppose the question is, was it a knock-on from the guy who's just turned around? I can't see his number for here, but he's acknowledging what he did. But, well, first of all, he stopped to try, didn't he? And that's what it's all about. You know, they must be aware that there's not long left in this half, and they want to keep their... They want to keep it as it is, 22-6.
You've just seen them play now 2 sets in the space of a minute and a half and really had a go at Lancashire.
Yeah.
Maybe they do that more often and not be cautious, because against it at the moment the points behind them on the board, so it's important to play a little bit more. And they've showed when they do.
Well, they've got it in that last 10 metres now, haven't they? And like I say, they've got to go for it. You think, you tend to think that they've got to score rather than going in 22-6 down at half time. I know it can turn around quickly if they get the momentum, but they've had scrappy momentum, if that's the right phrase to use, Alan.
Yeah, they have. But like I keep saying, at this moment in time, Lancashire's had good spells, and then Cumbria come with good spells.
Yeah.
So they've got to put more pressure on Lancashire. And I think if you do, you've seen Lancashire will make errors.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that tackle, that was a textbook ball and all tackle. I mean, I thought he'd skinned him on that outside, and you've got to give him credit.
Going on the short
down
side.
the short side. Kerwin, he gets it out to, I think, Charlie Emsley, that is. Ball comes back on itself now, right-hand side, long, drives it forward. He's wrapped up about 5 metres away, pushing back a little bit further. Nothing gained at that stage. Sanderson gets it out to Eldon. Eldon drives it forward. He can sniff that try line. Sanderson glances to his right.
Go on a right play. All the Euchre's gone. I don't think that's the answer personally, Steve. I think they've got to be better.
You've got to give it some air, haven't you?
Yeah, definitely. They may have them here.
I thought we had a cut-out pass there, but
yeah, 6 is in.
Give it.
Six
It's number 6. Owen Hoyles has scored in what can best describe as injury time. So it's 22 points to 10 with the kick to come.
Back into the game. Is that because Charlie's off? Oh, now you go back on when they start to win. Oh! Love you too, son.
can they add the extras? It's not missed anything yet. He's just put it on the tee, and every point is important for Cumbria at this stage to try and put this one over.
Yeah, with his last kick, I think he'll find the range, no problem here. I don't want to put the cuss on him like you said, but I think he'll comfortably convert this.
Oh, he's hit the post.
The curse is on, Steve.
Kiss it there.
Yeah.
No, you're not doing me lottery numbers.
That's half-time, yeah.
So the half-time goes, and we've had a great first half. We had a stoppage where Jack Penrice has gone to hospital after he was involved in a tackle for the second goal. But Lancashire, after 3 sets, they'd already given that ball some air, and they did it again. And Brad Allroyd was Johnny on the spot as that ball went down that right-hand channel to score, and Gary McMahon added the extras to make it 6-0. Lancashire still carried on persevering with this attack, but Cumbria got a chance and levelled it up following a penalty, and it was Jack Penrice, the player who's gone to hospital. We just hope everything's okay with him, who made it 6-4. They added the extras, and that made it 6 apiece. But Gary McMahon, who's had a really impressive game, he probably started the move. It went down that left-hand channel. They switched it back right, and McMahon took the ball on an angle run and scored the try. And in the process, when Penrice was trying to get the tackle, and that's when he's got injured. We had a bit of a stoppage while we waited for the kick, but the extras was added. But McMahon got 10 minutes in the sin bin for the tackle, and we thought, well, it's going to be game on here, 12-13. But Lancashire responded superbly with 2 quick fire tries. First of all, through captain Louis Brogan, who bounded through, put a couple of bump offs through that gap and went in at the corner. Nobody else was going to be scoring that try. And moments later, after the extras had been done, Ethan Davis, who went down this left-hand side, and his centre Brandon Wood was involved, and he bopped that ball out on his left-hand side, and he scored. Lancashire had a couple of other half chances to score and didn't capitalise on it. And then the last few minutes, we've had some pressure from Cumbria, and eventually it paid off as Owen Hoyles went over for the try to make it 22 points to 10. We were all bigging up the kicker, but the commentator's curse, it hit the post, and so how crucial that 2 points could be at the end of the game, we'll have to wait and see. But the half-time score here at Millom RLFC is Cumbria 10, Lancashire 22, and we'll be back with you later and let you watch all the credits what are ongoing now. Well, here we go, everybody's ready, and
Not a dancer like you are.
Oh, an error there from Lancashire straight away from the kick-off.
it's got a second Cumbria come back, and from that restart, why not?
Well, I think if you look back at the first half, Cumbria had a bit of a slow start and Lancashire took advantage of that. So it's really important now that Cumbria, you know, if they can get the first points on the board, we're back to one score, difference. So that'll be a real big challenge.
And is that when we get the Alec Ferguson twitchy bum, Alan?
Yeah, we'll get Fergie time, won't we? We'll call it Manning time.
Anyway, Cumbria feed it. Can they capitalise on that error at the beginning of the second half? And it's a drive forward there from Zach Steele, centre field on the Lancashire 10-metre line. Sanderson, the ball goes right, and a drive forward from Casey Chambers. But good defence from about 2 or 3 metres away. Sanderson, ball goes after a crash ball out there to number 10, Connor Terrell, and good sidestep by the ref there, Alan.
Yeah, he's done well though. He found his ground early there and got up and played the ball.
Ball goes left again, and it's to Shepherd. Shepherd gets it out to his standoff, out to Reese Burr. That ball from Old Hoyles, who scored that last Cumbria try to give him a slight footprint in this game. Sanderson, ball goes right, drive forward by Burr, but he's wrapped up by 3. Last tackle, a couple of metres away. Can they make it turn it into points? And it's a angle go by Shepherd, a second grubber.
I think he's given a hand over, I think, Steve.
give a hand up?
I think he's kicked through and it's hit his own man. I think he's accidentally offside, I think. So I think that's the play they've gone with. And it's fed and feed Lancashire.
It was an early chance for them, but something was a nothing set of 6 at all. Or am I being super critical?
No, I think you banged on, Steve. I think it was very one-up rugby again. We've noticed that quite a bit from Cumbria. And you know what? It does work sometimes. They have crashed over. But I think we've got to be a little bit smarter. Lancashire probably done their homework at half-time and spoke about that. Good meter carry from young Brandon Wood again.
He's bumped off good style there, hasn't he? He has been impressive, but he's put down there by 3 Cumbria forwards. Drive forward, make a few more metres.
I think, like I said it first half, if you look how defensively set up, they look to play again here. I think they look to an edge. And they have done.
That man gets it out, coming down this right-hand channel, and it's a good one-on-one tackle, but Oliver Crompton came inside, and it was a cracking tackle though by number 11, Zach Steele, going down this left-hand side, the skipper.
They are making them work though, you know, they're playing left, they're playing right, so defensively Cumbria have to be, you know, mobile and moving about because they are looking to play at every opportunity.
And, I think Rhys Burr was in the headlights there of Callum Coleman.
Yes, definitely mate, he's seen the big boy come in, and I think the ball was easy to put on the ground. We're getting telling off tonight, don't worry about that.
I was going to say, I whispered then. I mean, Alan is sitting on the fence here. I'm learning a lot off him in relation to his local knowledge of Lancashire. But number 7, Callum Coleman's his son, so I'm going to have to behave myself now.
He's made up for it a little bit though. He just took him back 10 yards, so he'll be right.
That's our man Charlie Emsley again. He's driven forward. As he's done the majority of the game, we'll put some big hits in. He's gone for offside there.
Yeah, rightly so. I think they're just creeping for get some yardage, and at the minute Cumbria's having all the ball and all the possession, but like we spoke before, they've got to make it count. They've got to make it count.
So they're waiting to tap it. It's Shane Sanderson who's put himself about as he's come on as replacement hooker for Alison Holgate, who had a great opening stanza, and it's an angle drive by Connor Terrell. Played in the second row last week. He's playing at prop forward this afternoon. Another drive forward from Emsley. He only knows one way, 10 metres away, second tackle, Sanderson. Ball goes right, he drops it off to Oils. Oils gets it out to Shepherd. Shepherd puts that ball out to Kerwin.
Good line, but very good defensively. Both people communicating there, coming in.
Come back on themselves, that's Brad Long now. He drives forward, 3 in the tackle. Right, about 2 or 3 metres away. Ball goes left to Hoyles. That's a poor ball there. The ascendancy's gone. Kerwin picks it up. He has to bend down, get it on his knee. He's 12 metres away. They've gone backwards instead of forward. Last one. Hoyles.
And you know what? The kicking game's been quite good from Cumbria, to be honest. And they've always, you know, they've not given it silly kicks where they've got repeat 7 tackles for Lancashire. Yeah. They've kept it in play. And they are under the pressure here now. You know, the 5 metres from their own line. And it's how they get away from here. Cumbria's tackling as well. Their life depends on it at the moment.
Yeah, good hit there with Rhys Burr involved, and it's number 2 Brad O'Royd who opened the score in that first half, which gave the visitors a 6-0 lead. Cumbria going for a historic first under-19s championship win if they can get home, but at the moment Lancashire are making sure that they don't create history.
They're going to lose it here. They're going to lose it and hopefully make an arrow down there and see what happens.
It's a cracking kick, that.
Good positioning from the fullback.
He reads that, I mean, you know better than me, probably. He reads the game well, their fullback, doesn't he?
Yeah, and you know, he's realised they're not getting much yardage, so they're going to kick early. He puts himself in a 50s, what we call it, which is middle at park. So if he goes out the side, he's nearly there, he's halfway there. So technically, he's reading the game very well.
And Lancashire have given another penalty away, and I don't know whether we're going to see the cartwheel or the circle as such, but that's 3 penalties in this last 5 or 10 minutes.
Yeah, and you know what?
It's helping them.
You know what? If you watch any game of rugby league, penalty, it's usually try at the end of it. So they're going to have to be very, very careful because, like you said, that's 3 now, and they're on their own line again. So it's going to be difficult to get away from them.
So whatever we said at half time, Cumbria at the moment have got the ascendancy, and Lancashire, they're having to show the steel in that defence as Brad Long drives it forward.
You know, he's carried real well him since he's been on. He's done what he has to do, and he's played the ball quick, and he's been a good kid, and I think he's given that go forward they needed, to be honest.
But it's a good defence. Skipper leading by example, Louis Brogan.
Leaking for the Hoyles now.
Hemsley.
Great defending from Lancashire there on the edge.
Hoyles. Oh, Kerwin couldn't take that.
Is it cheaper out there?
Is that same play again? Oh, we're looking like handbags are out, Steve. Some handbags are coming out.
Oh, it's a mini handbag that. No, it's not. I thought that number 6 were pulling his arm back. Hoyles then put his driver in, but it's not as good and fractious as that were at Anfield last week at the moment.
And you've got the 8 for Cumbria and 7 for Lancashire, David and Goliath. A bit of a mismatch there.
Well, it is. Terry's just said, the cameraman who's involved with the streaming team, that there's a Cumbria player splat out at this corner that we can't see. So whether that's been one of the reasons that it's all kicked off, I'm assuming it is. He's up. Terry said he's sitting up, so he's I'm not doing any wording yet, but he's a big lad, he'll be up soon.
He'll be alright. He'll be alright.
And there's a Lancashire player, prostrate, he's just sitting up.
I think where they fumbled the ball, young Crompton, who's on the floor, went to clear it and others have dove on, so I think he's just landed unlucky, so I think it's fine.
Well, referees having a word with the skippers.
Like I said, with David and Goliath there, he's spoken to.
I'm not sure whether I know he's one of the Cumbrian coaching staff. I don't know if he's having a word with his own players or whether he's dissing the Lancashire players and the Lancashire coaching staff there. I mean, being professional about it, he shouldn't be doing that, should he?
No, not at all. And the referee's had a very good game so far, so let him ref the game. There is a bit of a thingy there then, but nothing malicious. And it's a game of rugby league when all said and done. It's a contact sport, so it's important. Let the boys get on with it, they'll be fine.
Yeah. But it's all right for us here, isn't it? Yeah. So the punt goes downfield. He nearly got the camera.
It'd be interesting to see who offers the first carry here, Steve. And I'd like to put my money on Louis Brogan. I've no doubt the captain will take this carry. I'm 100% sure young Louis Brogan will take the ball for his team, like he's led all afternoon for them.
Well, our cameraman Terry's just relieved.
He's just first carry again.
He's just, what a good hit. Terry's just relieved himself because he thought that the camera was going to get hit there, and we've just got that one camera, I think. Anyway, like you said, a cracking hit there and a cracking drive forward by Lancashire, and he put in another one.
He's been fantastic all afternoon, Louis Brogan. I think he's typified what a captain's all about, and when you need him and you have to dig deep, he's there for take them carries.
And he's leading by example, isn't he?
Yeah, certainly is.
And eventually put the Lancashire player down just short of the 40-metre line, and it's another scoop for Acton.
They just seem to have lost shape, Lancashire, and I think Cumbria's doing a real job on them by, not winding them up as such, but getting in the faces, making that little bit of aggression work for them.
Good offload to Coleman. Goes right, goes left, goes left, goes right. Yeah. Is he a good dancer?
Yeah, I think so. He takes after his mother for that, Steve, so that'll be his third department, I think.
Last tackle to Matt.
This is where it needs to count. This is where it needs to count.
Crossfield chip.
Great position from the winger. But good kick chase from Lancashire. Very, very, very good chase.
Brandon Wood again to the fore, helping his forwards out there. He's still down. He's trying to milk a penalty perhaps there, but they don't get it. And the specs are in here at the moment, but broad shoulders, I think, Alan.
Yeah, definitely. It's important now Cumbria keep good possession and look for a good kick and get a chase up back of it and put Lancashire under pressure yet again.
Burr gets that ball from Hoyles, and he's wrapped up by Coleman, Oliver Crompton, and there's another one involved on that far side who's got the jersey over his head. Ball down this left hand channel. Hoyles cut out pass. Oh, that looks a bit high, but the referee's happy with it. Ball goes right, Sanderson gets that out. That's got snow on it, Cumbria snow. Let's see it bounce once.
He's done the right thing there, I think, to be honest. He wasn't sure where it was. and he's turned his body so he's facing the ball, and you know, luckily the bounce has gone for him.
Hell of a kick though, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
fantastic. People say let's get some snow on it. I think there was some snow, to be honest.
Well, that mist is coming further down that mountain that we pointed out earlier, Alan. And, not sure what's going to happen later on in the day on these pitches.
The rain is coming down now, but hopefully not too bad at the moment. The pitch is in fantastic condition though, and you know, I think they do a lot of work here, so it's going to be interesting to see how they do it. It's something what Lancashire needed, that I think. You know, they've been on back of 3 or 4 penalties on the bounce, and they probably need that bit of rest time and hopefully getting good balls that put some pressure now on Cumbria.
And it's the first penalty they've had of this half as well.
They've tapped it.
Well, I didn't see that one coming, but they must be confident. There's got, even I know now, Al, there's going to be a move on shortly, isn't there?
Well, I think they'll look to play again, like I said. They'll look early, Luke, and I think they have to go.
Wynn gets it out down this left channel. Matt Marm cuts out, pass out to Gartland, joins it outside to his wing.
And I think
that's it's Ethan Jones. That.
It's not worked for them yet again, and probably doing too much, to be honest. You know, they don't need to force everything. They've had no ball at the moment, and they've had it and they've thrown it away after one. So I think coaching wise, I think Gary will be not happy and not with how things are going. His completions must be real low at the moment.
So it's a chance for Cumbria, because it looks as if they're looking dangerous with that move. They move that ball, and again you've got to compliment that Cumbria sliding defences where you're not missing anything at the moment. They're all having a chat at the front, but they're quicker than they are in Super League, and the ball's going in now, and it comes out, and it's Hoyles to Burr, but it went behind Reese Burr, but he picked up the scraps fortunately.
Yeah, you know, we just spoke about completions, and both teams seem to be thinking, you know what, let's go for it, let's play. And if that's the route they're going to go down.
But if you're a coach, I mean, it's all about game plans, isn't it? And that won't be the game plan, not at this stage, will it?
No, not especially now, especially with the weather.
Yeah.
Got a bit of tussle again with them too, so it'd be interesting for...
Well, he just got that. I thought he'd overrun it then, Zach Steele. Yeah, well, he's not a big lad, but he's in second row, isn't he? Trying to milk it. Is that the expression, played for and got Alan? but compared to the giants around him, he's just a small built, muscly second rower, isn't he?
They're under pressure here again, Stephen. I think they're going to have to be very careful here, Lancashire. I think Cumbria just seem the confidence is creeping higher and higher, and the team certainly what's on top at the moment.
Yeah, and it's Holgate. He's back on for Sanderson, who was a good second.
He's a threat, that Holgate. He's a good kid.
You think that's why they brought him on? I mean, you know what, Sanderson. He's scooting himself. That was round the shoulders or upper shoulders. In fact, it's a penalty to Cumbria, and they've got both Sanderson and Holgate on. So whether it's a great situation, because they're both classy hookers, aren't they?
Yeah.
Ball goes right. Hoyles gets it out to number 15, Kieran Eldon.
I've got a feeling we're going to get something here, man.
Ball goes right to Shepherd. Shepherd steps in. He dinks. He ducks. But
they'll get something in the middle. I think on the edges, Lancashire spread and defend well. I think with the crash balls and the push, Cumbria could get something from the middle.
Holgate drives and spins, but it's that man Brogan involved in the tackle again and trying to slow it down, and Holgate's gone down. Referee's holding up play. He's not giving any penalty, and Louis Brogan's just standing his ground for a good hard tackle. The player's got up. Ball goes left to Howells. Gets it out to number 5.
The kid's too deep though. The kid's too deep. You've got time to read what player's on. You've time to push across. If you're going to play them plays, you've got to be quite flat at time so that defence can't get across.
And it's Steele. Drives it forward. And that rain's getting worse. Last tackle. Sanderson gets it out to Hoyles. Puts a grubber in before he put the...
That's good pressure from Louis Brogan yet again off his line. The kid's played 65 minutes. He's the only forward not to be changed on the field, and he's still first off the line.
It's outstanding, isn't it?
The crowds are going closer to us now, Steve.
We'll be able to do that when they're doing that
We'll be on the
rock.
shoulders now.
If you call that where we'll be able to do a Sean Wayne shortly.
Yeah, the rain is coming down now, so I think it really is important who completes and whose game management is controlled the best.
And it's crucial that they've got that 12-point lead, isn't it, Lancashire?
Brogan yet again though, carry making 5 or 10 yards, bumping people off.
So they're going to, it's McMahon to go unless he took the ball. Now he offloads down back to left-hand
Great
channel.
carry from Taylor.
And Taylor drives and spins. 3 in the tackle again. Ball goes left. Beautiful ball. That was Ward.
You know what? That's a good kick. That's probably one of the best kicks Lancashire have done today.
Well, they needed that, didn't they?
Yeah, just slow the game down. You know, they've not been great this half. What's important is they're winning, so they've got to, like I said, keep going back to game management. They've got to force an arrow down here now. The conditions aren't great, so they will be spilled balls.
And Terry's like getting his stuff back in these conditions, and he's even looking after the spectators with his umbrella. What a hero!
Certainly is. He's not looking after me and you though, Steve.
Well, you know, broad shoulders. Anyway, the ball comes out for Cumbria. There's good ball and all tackle.
Lancashire have changed as well. They brought Gartland off from fullback and brought young Mike Wynne off, who is a fullback, where I said before Gartland can play 1 or 6. Right. So they have made a change there.
So Cumbria then just 1 out rugby at the moment, just up to their own 40-metre line, and the conditions and the points are against them at the moment, as it's a punt downfield early doors, but it's not the world's best. It's picked up
well really with the conditions and the movement on the ball. They're looking quite tired, Lancashire. If you look, the bodies aren't getting back behind the line, so it's going to be an interesting competition come last 10-15 minutes of the game, I think.
I mean, it's no excuse. I mean, they've been up early doors to get up here, and you've got these long and winding up and down hilly roads, so it's no excuse, but it can take its toll, can't it?
Yeah, you know, he's there again, Brogan. Yeah, I know what you mean. That's a bit of relief for Lancashire there with the penalty. But yeah, they have been on a buzz. They have stopped off. They've had a break. They've stretched their legs.
Can you come up with them?
Yeah. Cumbria have to do it. Cumbria have had to do it in Yorkshire last week. They got the win they deserve.
Yeah.
So I think we all have to travel, so they've got to get used to that. This competition.
They've chosen to run it again.
Yeah, I think with it being in a 50s region there at Middle Park, he's gone.
What a dummy! Comes inside.
He scored himself. Yeah, good try, Gary McMahon.
Well, they always say you can't beat class, and he's certainly got it with a capital C, and that makes it 26 points to 10 with a kick to come.
See you in a bit. Give him a brolly.
He's got a brolly.
So can they add the extras? It's 26-10. That could be a crucial try. As the rain comes pouring down, he hits it, and they've missed another.
I think they need 3 converted tries though, is that right, Steve? I think to win the game they'll need 3 converted tries, and I think with the clock ticking down and the conditions, that's going to be quite difficult personally, I think, to achieve. But we don't know, they've surprised us in spells, Cumbria, so anything can happen.
Well, it's the opening try of the second half, and it's been a long time coming. It's just over 20 minutes, and I'm just thinking, your man Gartland's still on. He's still leading by example, isn't he, again?
Louis Brogan, you mean, sorry?
Yeah, no, just testing, make sure you're listening, yeah.
Yeah, he's a standout player, mate, and he's a very good kid, and it's very difficult not to play him as a captain. He leads by example in every department, not just on a rugby field, off it as well.
Right.
You know, so it's really important.
So Cumbria
Great
for a
kick-off.
short one. It bounces wickedly, but
Took
it's
that well, Crompton.
Crompton going down that short side. He's
gone.
He's out outside number 2.
Great tackle. Great
Superb
tackle.
defence. Well, I thought it was definitely game over if he'd have got that ball away. And it's Mike Wynn again drives it forward, but the shot restart didn't work out.
They've got him on an edge if they play here, Steve. The wingers in from a 30, Luke. So they've 2 outside of post. If they use their hands, they're in. They're definitely in if they use their hands.
Oh, a good drop off.
2 props combining there. Don't see very much of that on a rugby field. But
Well, it's danger signs for Cumbria. Coleman goes left, goes right. Now he does a full circle. And he puts a flat ball out there to Brogan. Brogan
ball
goes out
from
wide.
Brogan.
His numbers will be once.
B.A.R.L.A's in there.
But he goes himself. Badrock 2 tries in 2 minutes, and that makes it 30 points to 10 with the kick to come. That all started, Alan, from that short restart, didn't it? And number 3, Oliver Crompton got it, went down, and we thought, well, it's going to go the full length, but he cut it in. He got tackled, but they carried on that momentum, didn't they?
Yeah, he's just.
They've just added the extras.
I think, as much as them kicks are a threat from the short kick-off, they can also be a bonus for the attack, because majority of the time you'll get the ball with nobody in front of you. So it worked for them. It got them on the platform, and they struggled then to recover and defend it.
So it wasn't an uphill task for Cumbria before, up to 2 minutes ago. It certainly is now. There's 20 points difference, and basically you've just got to keep their heads up and give it their all that they've been doing so far in the game.
Yeah, definitely. I'm a big believer in scores don't reflect the game. I certainly don't think the score reflects this game at the moment. Cumbria certainly not 20 points worse off at the times. They've showed great character at times in the second half, and I think it's important to see this last 15 minutes through. And
from a Lancashire point of view, it's a case of
it's a great kick-off.
Brilliant kick, and we've been complimenting them, but Kieran Moore there, what you could call an elementary error. But having said that, it was a brilliant restart kick, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think they've, like I said, decision making from key players in the game, and they've gone short. So Lancashire thinks it's going short again, and they've relaxed, and they've gone long, and that shows great initiative from young kids. So it's fantastic to see.
Well, this game itself, we'll look at it from a Lancashire point of view. Oh dear!
All the hard work from the kick, and unfortunate for the young kid though. He's played well as well, the 5. He's at to full-back. He's done real well, and that's his first error of the day. So.
But from a Lancashire
you can see with his teammates going over to him, he has played well. So it's he needs to get his head up and carry on the good stuff he has been doing.
Well, there's 20-point lead going into game 3, which is now looks as if it's going to be decided. The points difference, Lancashire are in a fantastic position, aren't they?
Yeah, definitely. It just means Yorkshire have got to go to Lancashire and win with a convincing score, and we should look for a cracker. So you'll get Yorkshire straight away going for the kill at Lancashire. So we should have an open game there as well, Steve.
So Wood drives it forward, and he's pushed back a few yards by Charlie Emsley. I think Charlie Emsley's been outstanding for Cumbria. He's run his blood to water as Coleman makes a half break, but he's wrapped up, and Josh Yates glances to his right. The ball goes left to his prop, Ben Holmes. What? 30.
They're going on a big play again.
That man. Oh, that's a good ball.
Oh, he's lost it.
Well, he was stopped in his tracks. But you've got to give compliments where compliments due to that Cumbria defence, because if it's not all over now, it would have been with that.
Yeah, definitely. And they've not thrown the towel in by all means, and they're going. And this kid who's taking the ball in, is it Brad Long? His carries have been exceptional for Cumbria today. He's offered himself in yardage. He's recovering. He's looking to go again. He's been a good kid, and I think they've played the better rugby when he's been on the field.
Another scoop from that tin half back end. I would imagine the only thing perhaps that the Lancashire coach might be critical about is the penalties they give away in the second half? He's not, has he, found?
Yeah, and I think the game's gone a bit stop-start. I don't think it's suited either side, to be honest. I think if anyone, it has suited Cumbria just for the penalty count alone. But I think the first half it was non-stop entertainment. I think this half we seem to find ourselves stopping and starting.
Yeah.
I don't know why he's gone long side, but he's found it. Great kick.
Okay, sit down.
60 yards.
I'm assuming when he took that other one that he'd not blown for doing because he did for. So he's got a good get out of jail there, hasn't he?
Yeah, I think they penalised Lancashire again for back chat, so it was kicked in the wrong place. That's why they get another opportunity.
Now then, at the moment, can you see better for the 20 and 30 Lancashire? Mr. Dunlop's in front of me here.
Massive carrying goal get again. He's a great kid and he's made some massive yards from ruck play.
Oh dear. And just when they were in a great position again, he knocks on, and then it's an horrible pass. Yeah, just had the Lancashire Open Age trainers asking how long's left on our clock. We've had 67, call it 68 minutes as the crow flies, but we're not sure of when the referee stopped and started the clock.
It's an important set for Cumbria now. They've gone on a short side option. Great read by Mikey Wynn there for Lancashire. Some people's got brollies up, so Steve, it's not even raining.
I know. Have a go back, tell them, but I don't want to start a riot at Millom.
No, they're looking to play on the open side. 6 is going to the line, big 8.
Amsley again.
Though, great defending, you know. And I think, like I said it before,
Long. He's in! Long's in for a try!
And fully deserved for that kid. I think he's been the standout player for Cumbria for me, he certainly has. And like I said before, Steve, they seem to get through the middles of them, and that'll be a worry for Lancashire for me when they play Yorkshire, because Yorkshire's bigger than Cumbria, so they're going to have to work on that. Edges defensively, they've defended real well, but middles they've been poor, I think, defensively.
So Long goes in, it's 36-14 with the kick to come.
Yeah, he's kicked it conversion for Mulgate for Cumbria. And makes the score 32, Lancashire 16 Cumbria.
I can't believe it, Alan. It's not like I say, it's not raining. Teddy's a loud one, but this is a bit ridiculous.
You can't see.
Well, I'm struggling, and I'm about 6'13" here, and
What is it they actually play? Is it 40 minutes or 35?
it's 40 for this. 40, yeah.
Yeah, I know 18s it's 35, but with it being a 19s competition.
That's where we see how switched on the referee is. But they played 40 last week, so they shouldn't have played 30. No, they played 40 this week as well. The referees we've got there, and the line judges, they're involved in the NCL week in, week out, and the gentleman I drove up with said that we've got some quality officials, and I must admit they have done the job and they have been quality in this game.
Yeah, I think he's had a great game, the referee, and so his 2 assistants. He's made the right decisions, the penalties at the right times, and he's let the game flow when it should go. Be flowing. No doubt we'll see him in Super League in the next few years, hopefully.
Oh, quite right too. As that ball goes left, as Cumbria, can they get back-to-back tries as Lancashire did, because it's all back-to-back tries that really killed off Cumbria about 10 minutes ago. Going down this left-hand channel, Wales, and he gets it. Oh, and a little driver there from, I think it's that man, Elmsley. Is it Elmsley again?
No, it's yeah, it is. And Andy Badrock's been penalised for high, but it must be at least now 12 to 15 penalties against, definitely. And rightly so, they have been penalties. That, you know, no crimes on that, but ill discipline at times from Lancashire could be very costly.
Yeah. So can Cumbria then turn this penalty and pressure into points? Holgate's going to tap it on his own 30, and it's out to Sanderson, and it's over to you now, Al, at minute.
Yeah, I know you can't see Stephen. I'm just turning my head here. It's our fellow in number 8 again for Cumbria.
Emsley.
Great game, yeah.
It's coming to me now. I'll give you a shout when I lose it.
Biggest brilliant world.
I know, Dunlopper. Couldn't make it up. Anyways, they're driving forward. Cumbria, can they turn this? Sanderson, the ball goes right to Hoyles. Hoyles puts a drop off ball and they lose it.
McGowan there recovered well. Matty McGowan's done well there for Lancashire.
Going down that left channel now, and it's that man Wood, I beg your pardon.
He's been good. He's been good today. He's been real good. His carries and his decisions for offload and not offload, he's been good.
That man gets it out to his winger Ethan Jones. I'm sure that was a single in 80s, Ethan Jones, wasn't it?
Not a clue. That's
sure
not before my time, but you was probably in your pomp then, Steve. I was only a youngster.
Oh, you know. I knew the Saturday Night Fever moves, mate. Anyway, I digress here. I'm going back to my halcyon days as the ball comes loose in this Lancashire Cumbria game. It's streamed live on the B.A.R.L.A app as Lancashire opening game, looking for the 2 points to set up a decider for the B.A.R.L.A 3 Counties Championship at Lee Manors Rangers next week, when it'll be a 1 o'clock kick-off and a 3 o'clock kick-off.
It's on a Sunday, that's
Did I say Sunday?
No, I'm told they've been penalised from scrum here, Lancashire. So he's watching them very closely. So, you know, if a referee's doing that, you're doing something wrong. So they need to address that. They need to go for a squeaky clean set, as we call it, and just do the basics, because they're not doing them at the moment.
Yeah, I'll just reiterate, yeah, it is next Sunday. We've had 2 Saturday games, but the final one is a Sunday game. The test matches are finished, so get to the minors or watch it on the B.A.R.L.A app and watch it streamed live with live commentary. It won't be next week, so you might be happy, because I'll be in America. It's going to be Alan, and I'm not sure who your co-commentator is going to be, mate.
It's Steve-O, is it not Steve-O?
Why not? He's probably still salivating London Broncos renaissance into Super League.
I believe they're going to fly Vossi over from Australia, Andrew Voss, so that might be another, get us some massive figures in.
Quite right too. Should we start a rumour?
Yeah, why not? No, they're in good territory here now. They're on the 3rd place, so it's important they can try to get something from it.
Shepherd to Hoyles. Cut out ball. It's picked up eventually by Steele, but they go backwards.
Passes have gone that Hoyles at times. He's got some lovely skills on him, but at times he doesn't look where he's passing, and it does go astray, and that's where the coordination goes from getting something up.
Well, the no-look pass looks good if it comes off, doesn't it?
Yeah, but not.
Oh, that was scrappy.
Oh, it's another penalty. Well, he's going to do. He's going to give him no disrespect. He's in his pocket as well. He's going to give them no disrespect. They've not earned the right of the gentleman this afternoon. They give penalty after penalty, so any 50-50, it's going to go against them.
Yeah,
it is, and that's the way it goes.
Well, I'm guessing with the amount of penalties that they had given away, that he must have had a word in the shell, like, or even with the captain, so like, next one. I mean, I know there's 5 minutes left. You can say, well, why bother? But, you know, the rules are rules, aren't they?
Yeah, you'd have thought so. I think if I was the coach, I'd bring Louis Brogan back on. And you need your captain to see these closing stages out.
You've read his mind.
And it's important. He's your leader, and he needs to start leading. Since he's gone off, they've lost the way, I'm afraid.
Right. So Cumbria drive forward, and they just got that. I thought he'd overrun that ball then.
It's been very impressive him, Steve, today, the kid Long.
Well, he deserved the try he got, didn't he?
Yeah, definitely. And it's been real good for them.
So Cumbria, can they get the 4th try of the game as Shepherd? Nifty footwork, cuts inside, but he's dropped.
I don't see a problem on the edges for Lancashire. I think they've just got to be tight in the middle. I've said that all afternoon. On the edges, they've really scrambled and defended well.
Well, when you think about it, the last sim in, they scored 2 tries in 2 minutes, didn't they?
Yeah.
So the ball goes left to Hoyles. Hoyles think about going left. He goes right, goes back where it started, puts a little grubber in.
And a fumble. He read it well as well, to be honest.
Yeah.
He read it well.
But he backed himself for the kick, didn't he?
Yeah.
But
Brogan's back on.
I'm assuming he'll calm the steady ship now, will he?
I think so. I think he'll just have a word. He commands respect, the young man does, and I think he'll just salute, fellas, let's do the things what we do well and cut out the silly errors and penalties and we'll be fine.
Right. So coming up after this, it's going to be a little bit quicker in between the shorter in between the games is the Lancashire versus Cumbria open age game. We've had a delay because of the injury earlier on to Jack Penrice, who was taken away in hospital. We hope everything goes well with him and nothing untoward. So that'll be coming up very, very shortly, streamed live here on the league app as Hoyles has that ball and it goes down that left hand side and it's Cameron Taylor, a little spin, but whatever he gained, he's just been pushed back again. And it's Rhys Burrard, acting halfback, gets that ball, steps off his right, drives forward, he runs into heavy traffic, ball goes right, Holgate to Hoyles, Hoyles gets it out to that man Elmslie. I've got to say, he's not going to be the man of the match, but I think for the Cumbria man of the match, it's Holgate.
He's going to give it, Steve.
So Holgate's done, and it's game on.
I didn't think he got that down, to be honest, but fair play, if the ref's right there on the spot, he's give it. Kicks this, it makes it 32-22, is that right, Steve? So with 2 minutes plus stoppages as well, so there's another quick try, makes it a really interesting afternoon hopefully.
2 minutes plus stoppage, and I was just saying that they got 2 tries, Lancashire, when they had a sin bin in. Is it going to be the other way about and work in Cumbria's favour? Initially they've got this one as Holgate, he potted his last one.
Yeah, he kicks it.
And he pots it and it's game on again.
10 points the difference.
Fire up now, whacker! Fire up and whacker. Yeah, fire up and whacker. Down when they go. I don't know. That's Corey. That hurt he did play. I don't know if Bank House went. Yeah, he did play. He must have played very
well. Lost the ball. This sounds like at the beginning of the game, doesn't it, when we were looking for the ball, but it's been a
nice win. Oh, win.
22-32.
3 balls, mate.
3 balls. Buy one, get... No, it's not buy one, get one free. It's the London Bus one, isn't it? One comes, and then another 2 quick fire.
But I think Cumbria need a quick fire one again. You're talking about quick fire things, and if you can get one,
it'll be interesting, won't it?
Very interesting, yeah.
So they punt it downfield.
They're going to have to go 90 metres to do it, unless Lancashire give yet again another penalty away.
Well, they have been their own worst enemies in this second half, albeit they've been impressively ball in hand, haven't they?
Yeah, knowing Gary, this kid's had a great game tonight. Knowing Gary well and Paul and Tom, the coaches at Lancs, they'll be really upset with how they've been second half, discipline-wise and penalty count-wise.
It's like that man Long again, who you've been giving big raps for. I was just saying before they scored that try, I think from a Cumbria part of the Charles Emily's been their man of the match, the prop. He's never took a backward step, and the big hits he's put in. In fact, as we speak, he's got it again.
Yeah, and I think they've started playing him on an edge, to be honest, because he's creeping on this left side hell of a lot and running these left-hand channels, so, he might have been moved.
Hoyles, kick
and chase. That's a great kick. I think the winger's done very well there, communication.
I think it was Allroyd, wasn't it, who's dropped on it. But it was a good chase from Fee.
They needed that. They certainly needed that.
I think that's a bit of frustration, isn't it? The kicker not being able to get that kick, the kick and chase. And
I think that might be the ball game to me. Just they're going to have a set of 6. I can't see there being much time left.
Oh, out of order. They got the umbrella. They got the umbrella then. They nearly got the camera again.
Linking to play. Brogan's the man to steady the ship. He's the first one to carry yet again. So it'll be interesting to see how the management of this set happens with Lancashire, really. If anything,
good ball out.
If anything, it's up your jumper sets for me now.
Well, that's what I thought it'd have been there. I mean,
that's it. That's the game.
In fact, there goes the whistle, and green. The under-19s B.A.R.L.A 3 Counties Championship has come at an end as Lancashire making their own gambit into this in game 2, won the game by 32 points to 22. It was 22-10 at half time. We had to wait a hell of a long while for the next try, which I think came on about approximately the hour mark, when Gary McMahon made a beautiful individual break. He went left and went right and cut inside and put that one into, scored to make it 20 points to 26. And then we had the sin binning from that as a result of that, prior to that try. And then a couple of minutes later, Andrew Bradrock went over to make it 30 points to 10, and the added extras made it 32-10. And we thought that was going to be the game over as such, because Cumbria had worked hard valiantly, but didn't get perhaps what they needed. But there was a sin binning, and following that sin binning, Brad Long, who'd been impressive during the game, went in for a try, making it 14-32. The extras were added by Aldgate, made it 16-32. And then the closing minutes, Aldgate went over for a try himself and added the extras, made it 22-32. We had a couple of minutes left and we thought, well, there's still a chance on here, but a cheap penalty was given away by Cumbria after a kick and chase. So the game ended Cumbria 22, Lancashire 32. To me, the Cumbria man of the match was Charlie Emsley, but week in, week out, minute in, minute out, you've got to think the man of the match, I don't make the decision on this one, is the skipper Louis Brogan, who led by example.
Definitely, Dave. I think, if you're picking out on each team, I'd go for the kid Long, who come off the bench for Cumbria and made a massive impact, and I'd also go for Louis Brogan at Lancashire. But like I said, it's just nice to see that Cumbria didn't give it up and played right to the end, which was good to see.
So all roads lead to Lee Miners next Sunday for the decider between Lancashire and Yorkshire. Can Lancashire regain the title? And we've got a roll on, roll off ferry at the moment. As one side goes off, the other one's coming on. So I think Terry may just go off for a couple of minutes while I swap my papers. But stay with us for game 2, Cumbria versus Lancashire.